Howdy doody everybody, my name is KevGuuey and welcome back to Companion. If you missed the last episode, you can click on the eye on the top of the video to watch previous episodes get caught up. We finally found a Western style restaurant that seemed suitable. Once we were seated inside, Airi took a long time to study the menu and decide on her order. What kind of restaurant is this? She asked the waiter about the content of several dishes with exotic names. The waiter explained in detail. I cut in once to say, why don't you just order and try it? But Airi replied with an irritated, none of your business. But I'm hungry, I thought as I waited. Playing with my napkin, I tried to fold a paper crane out of it, but the material was too thick. The waiter finally left. I didn't know you cared that much about food. You should come here more often if you're so keen on it.
我又不像你们那么有钱。
500 Taiwan dollars couldn't be that much. Oh, Airi seemed to read my mind and muttered impatiently. Not as rich as you. Oh. Yeah, 500 Taiwan dollars isn't really that much. It's like $8.50. American money? US dollars? Yeah. I don't know. Wait, is it? What do I think? 30, 500. Yeah. Should be, yeah. Nearly asked, where did you spend it all then? But stopped myself. It didn't take a genius to realize that that was an impolite question. Impolite enough that had I asked, Airi very well might have thrown down her cutlery and stormed straight out. I could ask her about it later, when we were more relaxed. The salad and appetizer were served shortly later. Airi kept staring at me as if waiting for me to start. Nothing to worry about, help yourself.
谢谢。
Oh? She picked up her fork and began to eat, trying carefully to look elegant. That's not a fork, those are freaking chopsticks right there. The heat outside seemed to have dispersed in the air-conditioned restaurant. I probably would have fallen asleep if I hadn't been on the brink of starvation. Oh. After finishing my appetizer, I was at a loss for what to say to Airi, so I inspected my surroundings. The 6 businessmen to our left were unremarkable enough, dressed in formal suits and laughing politely as they talked. Behind Airi was a timid young couple, more than likely both university students. The table to our right was empty. It was well past lunchtime already and only half of the restaurant was occupied. When I had first learned of the impending apocalypse, I'd wanted to shake every single one of these people and yell at them. Have fun! Embrace your loved ones! The world was going to end! What meaning was there in accumulating zeros in your bank account? As for loving couples, their lives being cut short and left without closure was as sad as a novel from which the last page had been torn. Well, it's gonna have closure, it just, it'll be like 2 seconds though. Airi didn't seem to notice. She picked up a cherry tomato with her fork, took a deep breath, and then stuffed it into her mouth. Don't like tomatoes?
味道那么怪的东西，谁敢吃嘛？
Actually, I don't really like tomatoes, but they're really healthy for you, so I eat them anyways. So, yeah, because of the health. We washed the tomato down with a glass of water, looking disgusted. I probably would have pieced her with the tomatoes from my own plate had I not already eaten them. Tastes change. You might grow up to like things you used to hate as a kid.
如果还是小孩就好啦。
Airi spoke thoughtfully, chin on hands, before announcing defeat by shoving the plate carrying her remaining tomatoes to the middle of the table. I was lost for a reply. I'd expected a sharp response along the lines of, I'm not a kid anymore, rather than this philosophical observation.
怎么了？我这么说很奇怪吗？
Airi shook her head at me. The waiter brought us bread and soup, saving me from the awkward silence. I tried to explain I was just a bit surprised, that's all. You know, only an adult would wish to be a kid again. Airi sighed, I added, you don't seem very adult to me, I guess. Airi choked on her water and began to cough, drawing looks from the next table.
你到底是说哪里不像啊？
Laughed at her once again unexpected reply. I meant that she seemed youthful and carefree, but apparently she thought I was referring to her body. It was a mistake that suited her age. That's how cute girls should be, laughing without calculation and misunderstanding things in innocent, harmless ways. Nah, I wasn't referring to that.
越描越黑。
Oh, okay, well, At that moment, the waiter arrived with their entrees. Airi seemed uncomfortable at the sight of the gigantic T-bone steak, but relaxed visibly once the waiter began to debone it for her.
这么大块的肉全部吃下去，又要开始减重了。
Oh my gosh. Freaking eat it! Oh, I would love a T-bone steak. You know how much fat those things have? Oh my gosh, it's so freaking fat. So delicious. Despite saying so, she looked quite delighted as she enthusiastically dug into the steak. You're skinny anyway, eating more would be good for you. Doesn't hurt to indulge once in a while.
说起来，还不是因为你们都喜欢比较瘦的类型。男人真好啊，都没有体重上的烦恼。
I have to worry about the weight. Can't have too much weight, health-wise. Perhaps it's true that we don't have to worry about it as much. I really do think you could do with a bit of meat on your bones, though.
是抱起来会比较软吗？
Airi asked with a smile. She sipped out her water, but with a smile like that, she could have been seductively sampling a glass of Merlot. I glanced around, but no one seemed to be paying attention. I myself rarely listened to conversations at neighboring tables when eating, so it made sense that nobody was listening to us. My nerves were probably just due to self-consciousness. Couldn't help lowering my voice despite that. Don't ask such suggestive questions, will you? I'm old and my heart can't take that much excitement. I wanted to ask how she could joke so about this strange relationship we had, but I would probably never learn the answer.
你看起来还很年轻呢。
I do. I need to carve up, or perhaps more accurately wrestle with her steak. Thanks. I couldn't be sure whether she was being sarcastic, so I decided to just leave the topic.
你的工作是什么？现在不用上班吗？
Aside from the reason for my resignation, I told her all about my old job. Airi seemed intrigued when she heard I was in such an unusual line of work. Her interest faded once I had described the job to her. The rest of the conversation was occupied by harmless questions asking why I had chosen my career and what I used to do in school. Airi was, sure enough, a girl. She was completely uninterested in my efforts working on science fair projects and the like. Really? Oh, I don't care about you then. Instead, she asked after members of my astronomy club, their appearances and tastes, and what happened to our night stargazing together. Oh, she just doesn't like science fair projects. But she likes astronomy though. Cool. That's pretty much it. What about you? By the time I finished talking about myself, the food on Airi's plate had already grown cold. Finally, it was my turn to ask about her.
看你想了解什么咯？
Everything I just said, just you tell me what you do. She playfully cut the 2-carat balls on her plate into flowers and placed the broccoli beside them as trees. She'd become quite adept at using Western cutlery in such a short time. I mulled this over carefully, wanting to avoid a topic that might spark the hot-tempered girl's anger. Home. You don't like to stay home, do you?
什么嘛，居然是这样的问题啊！每个人成长的环境不一样嘛。你想想，如果从小父母就分居，在还不懂事的时候就被大人安排好住处，然后家里又整天都只有自己一个人，任谁都不会对这个家有什么依恋吧？
Oh. Well, that would certainly be very sad. She unconsciously raised her voice as she spoke and chewed aggressively on a piece of cold steak. What job does your mom... I realized how bad a question it was as soon as I said it. A lot of people worked night jobs, or considering Airi's own line of work, it was hard not to imagine her mother in that industry as well. I thought we already stated that. To state the obvious.
详细情况我也不是很清楚，就像他从来不问我的钱从哪里来一样。但就像你想的一样，应该也不是什么很正派的工作吧。毕竟教出这样的女儿嘛。
That's not what I meant.
我知道，反正大概是酒店的柜台小姐啊， 不对，应该是欧巴桑咯。
Airi seemed impatient when talking about her mom. I suppose girls her age were like that. Can't understand you. You're talking so openly now, but you pretended to be so shy yesterday. Can't help but comment when I saw the grace and ease with which she now behaved.
因为
Airi began, her eyes flashing shrewdly as she played with a small dessert spoon.
如果是一个内向的女孩子，大家就会想，啊，这个女孩好可怜，一定有什么不得已的因素才这么做的吧。但像这样笑着不在乎的话，人家反而会觉得这个女孩很
What? Held up one hand to stop her from saying more, her face was bright red.
总之，我情愿别人可怜我，那样让我有种被爱着的感觉。
Okay, so a dysfunctional family. There's no love in the house, and the only way she can actually, I guess, get that kind of love is being pitied by others. Oh, that's very sad. That's very sad, and I guess also the love from her work, I guess? I don't know, but this is very sad.
对不起啊，一讲到这个还是这么激动，好丢脸啊。
Covered her lips with her slender fingers and turned her face away in embarrassment. Sniffling a little, she checked her reflection in the mirror. When she looked up again, it was with a smile, and there was no sign she had been crying just a few seconds ago. Even if the tip of her nose and her cheeks were a tiny bit red. She could fake even that, then I didn't mind being fooled. I didn't know what to say to comfort her. Perhaps she didn't even need to be comforted? Waiter's arrival with dessert and drinks was so well timed that I had to wonder whether he had been eavesdropping on the side. Airi ordered a herbal tea with a long name. It arrived with a ceramic tea set and looked much more sophisticated than my single cup of hot coffee. Poured the clear yellow liquid out of the teapot, took a sip and put down the teacup with a grimace.
好色。
Want mine instead? Pushed my still black coffee toward her, as well as the milk and sugar in case she wanted them. Oh, okay. I thought it was just, the black coffee, the bitter black coffee, just offered to her.
不用，谢谢。我敢喝，但是不太喜欢，酒也是。
What? You could add some sugar to your tea and see if that makes it better. Airi's gaze flitted from left to right, and she smiled in slight embarrassment, as if there was something she wanted to say. What's wrong? Want to change your order? You should be able to.
没有。
She closed her eyes and shook her head. It was as if that simple action had sucked unwanted noise from the room. The restaurant was so quiet.
只是想说，可不可以用这个跟你换甜点而已。
Huh? She smiled, and it was as if color had flooded back into the room. Sure? For some reason I felt quite sunny as I watched Airi enjoy her 2 helpings of dessert. I was feeling quite full as I poured myself the 4th cup of herbal tea. At the moment, Airi spoke. I badly needed to use the bathroom, but from Airi's serious expression, I figured I was better off waiting in case the interruption annoyed her.
没有。
We began to play with her panna cotta and then put the small spoon into her own mouth along with her unspoken words.
本来想说你人这么好，吃完这餐我就回去了。
Airi bit her lower lip, revealing the tips of her teeth. Trying to help leaning forward, holding my stomach. It was not, however, because of her words.
不过这样跟我的个性很不合哎，对吧？所以还是让你破。怎么了？脸色很不好哎，请我留下来，怎么一副打击很大的样子啊？我啊，真受伤。
Now I gotta use the bathroom. Stood up and leaned toward me, her concerned expression not quite a match for her words. No, I really need to use the restroom.
什么嘛？人家明明就很认真在跟你说，却突然跑到洗手间去。
Yeah, I had to.
不过你也真是的，想上厕所就去啊！我看你几乎把茶都喝光了。
Yeah, because it was so delicious. I only waited because you looked as if you had something important to say, so I thought I should let you finish. Oh, and put on your seatbelt. Oh wait, we're in the car already. Oh, I guess that's why we're in this car. So anyways, I'm gonna end the episode here, everybody. This is getting interesting. We wanted to leave, but then she thought otherwise. I'm not sure what she's planning on doing, but very interesting. Very interesting. I like knowing more of the story. I want to know more as to like where this is gonna what's gonna happen. Very interesting. So if you guys enjoyed this episode of Companion, then please slime that like button and subscribe down below for more awesome videos. Thank you everybody for watching this episode, and you will hear me in the next one. Goodbye!